yes, I say no. You know, I am Shassi. Bedroom baby, no, I feel not acquired 7 years. So, it you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I do, and I shall say, no, my yana, a bedroom. Now, I stop doing it, then focus on other things. But then, no 1 or 2 things you will move away to my day. Wait, my business is not I know what I say. Sunrise, earlier, you walk down horse of 1 ground. National Racing device, not Columbia use. Now, national racing. What I say, and I'm a troller, so non use. Now, me Motorola phones. Sir, for years, you was working on national races. After you be free, and I'm too quiet, and I'm a buyer. Maybe unfortunately, no, she does no boy, they are working on national racing device and a tomorrow. But still, there's a museum, and I'm some man shall see a billion. Now, I'm feeling, I'm a baby, no. I had Yamame. Mitibiasi, me try my best to be answered. Still, me head, me who so I stop with sonorous and phones. What I say. So, what I do is, if you are the solution about the answer may be the Yaman while the Williams are. I'm saying, I do win my depression. It's our way to say, over each side, we the same here. It's how I say was, you such a set with your mama, I commit my. So what I say, now I all in the city, no, I didn't hear, won't be moving now, but me you won't free. So, won't be moving now, but when you leave you,
a very correct.
So the little I think we know, we have to share with you because at the moment, Harry, friend is good in auto engineering. And Rashid so he knows software, Smoke so he has basics in software and he knows electronics. Amados so he's trying. He already have the IT background. He's good in IT, hardware, and the software in but not software's protocol. Working protocols no there. He doesn't know it. But softwares they normal web basis or any Windows basis any money there. You know how to use them. At the moment, we don't have this. We don't have this. The worry that I said the family said we don't have this service. So we haven't started on key programming. Key programming now is about car keys. So far, they shall say the thing is, car no mostly key no we need the code in the tray. And immobilizer and I say control board no so we need the code.
After that, no, as you keep, searching, we do baby, I to require the actual code now already there. And you say sometimes the virtual say you cannot program key without PIN code. That is the 4-digit numbers.
Already.
And these numbers they are obtained from the chassis number and the immobilizer number. Most of them, almost the immobilizers, they've got these part numbers. Also, it's like a serial number. Okay. So you read the 4 codes they are obtained from the car chassis number and that of the immobilizer identification number. And this 4 is for maybe 2 may be obtained from the chassis number, but you cannot determine that by until the machine is able to.
Software is the best.
Yeah.
To continue, what is immobilizer?
What is ECU? Thank you very much.
ECU immobilizer.
ECU is electronic control unit, NFM control board. That's the name.
Control board. Yeah, and the immobilizer no. It's let's say it's a key divisor. Normally, any key is got a immobilizer. The immobilizer contains all the necessary. It's just like the control unit. So the key immobilizer is as similar to the car control unit. The immobilizer speaks when the key is put in ignition. the immobilizer first picks information from the control unit, or it speaks to the control unit. As they keep communicating, there you have
really,
engine.
so no, because immobilizer like MOKP, kind of security.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. So it keeps all the secret codes that were enabled. It's also like a control unit. That's a control unit for the key. It's a separate one. But underneath, we've got a plugger that contains mostly 4 wires.
No, in this case, like a device,
It's a device.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a device, just like the control unit. So it is always found under the key knob of the vehicle. Yes.
Okay. I think we are just doing the basics. When you go on the field, you will understand it much. But now, if you have any opinion or question, we can still ask ourselves and discuss about it. Maybe even you may ask the question that we have to go and learn it.
Yeah.
And it may favor both of us later. Key programming. Now we have SBB. The SBB, the problem we have is SBB, you always have to read the PIN code from the car. Then you write it to the key. And with ZBoo, you need a blank key and a working key. Then you read the firmware of the working key, then write it to the blank key. So even if the car is in Accra, you can let the person buy a blank key, then add
maybe the
working key, which is the old key, because maybe he's having a key and one is lost. Or maybe the car came without a key. Without a key, you need an SBB to go there, because SBB worked with, if you see EOBD or OBD2. OBD2 is onboard diagnosis. This is OBD. Mostly they add 2, which means it's version 2.
Version 2.
Yes.
The version version 1.
Yes. Yes.
OBD2.
Sometimes
that's the version.
They have this EOBD2, engine onboard diagnosis 2. Sometimes you see, sometimes to the right OBD, they write 16 and something. That's 2 is another type of OBD, but it's a connector. If you see, immediately you see OBD, it's a universal connector. It works with almost a lot of cars. So you have to go with SBB. You have your OBD2. We have the OBD2 cable here. The cable which is included with the SBB is the OBD2. It's an OBD2. It has 16 pins inside. It has 16 pins inside. So you need an OBD2 with the SBB. You go, you connect the SBB. Can I have the SBB? You connect the SBB, then you connect the cable to the car. Then you read the code. After you read the code, you try to program the key. The key will ask you to enter a code. Then you re-enter the code which was being given to you. Then you can process to.
So there's in a situation of a car which has no key.
Which
How do you explain it?
Yes. A car without a key, you need an SBB. A car without a key, which all the keys are missing.
You have to get.
You need an SBB and a blank key. You need an SBB too with a blank key. Then you read the code from the car, because if you are trying to program, it will ask you for a code. If you start the software, you go, you choose car model, right? You choose the year of the car. You go enter. It will tell you insert key in the console. Then turn on the ignition. If you turn on the ignition, you will see that the dashboard light will come up, but the car cannot start. So what you do is you connect your OBD2 cable, which is this one we know, the universal system pin cable, OBD2 cable. You connect it to the car, you connect it to your SBB, you press enter. It will tell you connecting. While it's connecting, later it will find the ECU, which is the electronic control unit. When it found the ECU, it will ask you the code. Then you read it. They have pin code reading option. Then you have to read the pin first. After you have the pin, then go choose the car model, choose the year, then start to program the key. That time you have your code. So it will ask you for the code, you key in the code. After you key in the code, it will give you option, program new key, add key,
So
blah,
at the
blah.
moment you
So
go to
many
the car,
options.
you make sure you have those information, necessary information.
The necessary information is the code.
You read the code from the car.
How can you write? How can you write the code to
more or less
the key, the blank key?
info.
Yeah.
Yes.
Read the car info.
Reading
Get
a
the
car
info.
info.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get the
Then
pin
after
code.
that,
You
you start to program it to request those
No,
code.
no.
The code.
When you read the code,
You
and
read
you have
the
the
code.
code,
Yeah.
you have to process for the programming.
That is another different step.
It's a
Yeah.
different step.
So when you get there,
You get
Yeah,
the
that-
yes,
yeah,
they
Yeah,
ask
so
you the code.
definitely request
The code. This was what the problem Harry
So
experienced in Accra.
when I got there, I got to realize that the number of cars listed for this very software,
that car was
the car wasn't part. So you
No,
could
you
see
have
Nissan, you could see Toyota, you could see maybe something like Hyundai and the rest. But my Dodge wasn't part of the list. This is the reason why this device couldn't read the code for that Dodge caliber. Yeah.
That
So
is-
should
it's not
this
supported.
be Nissan? Yeah, it doesn't support Dodge. But the OBD and everything works.
We read the code for you.
Yeah, if should this be, let's say, Nissan, I wouldn't have gotten any problem at all. All because this device is got Nissan over there. So it will be able to read the pin code for the immobilizer for me on this very tool. But here is the case, I didn't have Dodge, in support of this machine.
the
doesn't
code
support
Dodge.
of the code we
Yeah.
did.
So
Dodge
it
is
will
not
definitely
supported.
request
supported.
pin
But
code
at
service.
at key programming services, you have Dodge there.
You
But
have Dodge there.
at reading pin code service,
There is
you don't
no
have
Dodge.
Dodge.
Come again.
So in this case,
Keep programming service.
at key programming services, you have Dodge there. But
Dodge
pin
is
code
available.
services, no, to get the code,
There
Dodge
is
is
no
not there.
code.
You have manuals in the
You
car,
have
so you can
manuals.
find the code. If there is no way, the only thing needed is to get a blank key. Then you find a working key of the same car, same year, same model. You use ZBoo. You just copy the
So
software.
you mean you can use different key
Of another car.
Of another car.
Yes,
The same year.
the same model, the
Same
same
model,
year, the
same
same engine version. So you have to make sure it's like reading a firmware of another phone to write it to another phone.
Okay.
It's supposed to have the same information. If not, you will kill the phone.
It will be
Okay, I think
abnormal.
we're right.
Even if it works, it will work abnormal.
It will not even work.
It
You
won't work.
will spoil it.
Like using 310 file.
It will not even work. You will spoil it.
34
It's a
days.
Different model.
Yeah.
no.
Different model, it wouldn't work.
No, not different model, different type. With the
Different
same
type.
model,
With
but
the same model,
different
but-
type. With the same
Different
model.
version of.
No, like they are all Nokia phones, but with different model. But this 310 and this one is maybe N.
N96.
It will work.
It will
Yeah.
work, yeah.
Or
It
you
won't
get the
work.
same type.
So this is the SBB. SBB, if the car, you have to take the cable, OBD2 cable to the car. And
Okay,
with ZBoo,
okay. After reading the code from the car,
Mhm.
how are you supposed to read that code to the key?
it's simple. After you go to pin code services, you read your pin, you have your code, then you go to car model, car list, car year, you choose, you press
It
enter.
will ask you for the
It
key.
will ask you for the pin.
Then you enter.
Then you enter the pin there, it will give you access to program the key. You are done. You see, now we don't have car here. We've not even started the business yet. We are just doing basics, but we just want you to understand certain things.
You know, using this SBB for a key programming, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes. Yes. Because if you are having maybe Nissan at your disposal, maybe to use it to program a particular key for Nissan. If you are lucky and you've got that type of Nissan car, let's say Nissan Pathfinder, and you go through the list and there's Pathfinder, you shouldn't spend more than 30 minutes.
Because it's there, everything.
Everything is there. The machine itself reads the code for you. You save the code. During the process, it will definitely request the code. So when you have that request, you just enter the code. It's just 4-pin code. You just enter the code and it will just open everything. But sometimes one thing is this machine, if you have it reads the code from it, the code is obtained from the chassis number and the immobilizer identification number. But you cannot guess. You cannot guess. Let's say maybe 22. You go to the immobilizer and find 31. It's okay. Then the code is 2231. Never, unless this machine searches for the original code. If you try 3 times, you lock the whole system. Yeah, it's like a thief going to steal something. If you don't have the original key, the more you try, maybe it's got 3 options. First, second, third. You need to close or maybe.
The thing is, you have a phone with a password.
And you don't know the password.
And another person steal the phone, or he bought the phone, and you did not give him the password. The only thing is, he has to bring it to Rashid to use a software to read the code.
And unlock it.
When he read the code, now you want to use the phone. You have to key in the code and it will give you access to the menu. This is the same thing. It's simple. If you go to the PIN code service,
code to a default code.
it can't.
Why?
Why? Because you need the original PIN code. It will not reset it. You have to read it. It doesn't have reset.
No,
option.
like you can read it at that time. Like I want to ask you maybe if you can reset to the default code.
To the default code.
Yeah.
If you are reading the code, it will read you the default code.
Okay.
But resetting the system,
Because
the system
the ECU is communicating, is working with the calculation is from the chassis number. It's like you pasting a serial number of a phone inside the software, and it will calculate you the default code of the factory code.
Okay, I get it.
I hope you understand. Yeah, it's something like that, because PIN code services, if you go there, like in Nissan or Kia, it will tell you enter says last digit of the chassis number. If you enter it and you press enter, it will tell you the PIN code. Then from there, you go to the car option. Maybe Nissan, it's Kia, year 2002. Enter, it will tell you insert key and turn on console. You insert key, you turn on the console. The dashboard light comes. Then it will tell you connecting. It will ask you for the PIN. Now you have the PIN. You enter your PIN. It will give another option: program new key, add new key, delete errors, what, blah blah blah. So many things. Then you choose the option you want to use. Then you program the key. You are done. I hope everything is clear now.
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody has just one key. You need another key. You buy a blank key. Then you put it in the car. You read PIN code. You write it to the new key. Then you program the new key. You are
You
done.
need the ZBO or the SBB.
You can use the SBB to do it.
Supposing the SBB
Supposing
So
if
supported,
if
it's supported
it supports
that
that
car.
very car, one. And if the car is here with you, you can use SBB.
But if
But
you don't have the car,
the-
with you,
the
the only
situation
thing
is,
you can use
if the person
ZBB.
have one key, you understand, and he's having the other blank key, the car is not in Kumasi here. The car is in Accra, and we cannot go to Accra. Just tell him to send the blank and the working key to you in Kumasi here. When it comes, use ZBool. It's like using the programmer. You put the first EEPROM, you read it, you put the blank EEPROM, you write it, you are done.
It's like copy and paste.
Yes. So you've copied the firmware of this key to the other key. As soon as he reaches there, it will just start the car
there is a
straight.
place where you fix those keys or what?
Everything is there. You just start the
But
car.
with the SBB, it doesn't have that.
Where
that
to
option.
set the key?
It doesn't have copy and paste.
There are
It
so
doesn't
many.
have copy and write. What it does is you need the car at your presence to read the PIN to continue with the process. But this is not PIN processing. ZBool is not PIN processing. It just copy, then write. So
Copy and paste.
yes, then so this ZBool has an OBD2 cable too, but you have to buy them and it's very expensive. If you buy them, you can use the same process as SBB. You read the PIN, you write the PIN, then you follow. It's the same procedure.
The ZBool have where to insert the key
You have it.
on the device.
It's on the device.
By
But
the
the
SSB.
SBB doesn't have it.
it.
ZBool is
Okay.
having a hole here.
But if you're able to buy the cable for the
I
ZBool,
I've been watching it on
the
YouTube.
function that you will use this one to do.
It's the same. So if you are buying a ZBool, there's no need to
But
buy
the
it.
difference is
There's
like
a-
this one cannot program a key.
Unless the
Oh.
car, unless
Yes,
you
it
are,
cannot
you are with the
program
car,
a key,
blank key.
which the car is
it's
not,
not
around.
around. Yeah.
Okay.
This need the car around, and the ZBool
Who
even
can
if
do
you don't
it
have
within
the
the
car,
You can do it.
You can
You
program.
can do
you can
it.
program it. And this one, even if you've
But,
lost,
but the only thing
and
is,
there
with
is
the
one thing
ZBool,
to there is one thing to this. Even if you've lost all your car key, we can still program it.
Yes.
You read the code.
You just bring the blank key, we put it there, we read the code
Code.
from the emo, then we write it to the new key, then we program it.
But with ZBool, it You can't do
ZBool can't.
Can't do that.
You need, if you want to use ZBool to do that job, you need ZBool OBD cable, and it's very expensive. It's very, the only the cables is almost $500. Yes, and I think it's just 3 cables. Cable for VAC cars. VAC cars, if you talk about VAC cars, it's about Volkswagen and those cars. And a cable for, I think, Toyota and Opel. See, and these cars too can be done with SVP. And even if the person have the other old key, you can just get it. Then you tell him, you get the blank key, then you write it. I don't know it, sorry.
I found the few minutes somewhere. It's something.
This software is from Silica. They are in Italy.
Yeah, from Silica something.
Right,
The rest stand for Silica. Yeah.
Charlie, we are wasting time on this SGB issue. Let's go here. This is scanner. This scanner is what we are going to buy. This is the name. Autocom CDP Pro. It has a set of cables because it has an OBD cable which works on with almost a lot of cars. But there are some cars like BM, Benz, Opel, and some type of cars. The cable is not OBD because you plug the cable in the engine. It has a different connector. So this software, you have to buy those cables additionally. Because if you are buying only this software, they will add only OBD to you. What this does is, somebody brought a car, you see a check engine.
On the control board.
Check engine on the dashboard. Or maybe he tells you these days my brake doesn't apply well. Or maybe my airbag is warning. Or maybe my light is not, maybe I hear some sound in my engine. These days my oil light is on and I don't know the reason why. My air condition is not blowing well. My car, the sound is not even good. My car, I don't understand these days, it's not running. My car is not pulling. My car keeps jigging, vibrating. A whole lot of problem. You connect the software. Please, I don't have the software yet. I've never used it before. This is what I know about scanner. Autocom. This is what I know about scanner.
So what the
manual tells me is
the device that can do it.
Autocom is a device.
The
Autocom is a device.
Autocom is a device. This is a device. It's
That name is
like
the Autocom.
Yeah, that's the name.
The name of the device.
Auto communication. It's just like this type.
This is a device, and this scanning means you are scanning the car. So we call it the fault scanner.
Right.
So this is a fault. This is a fault. This is what I can say.
Even the names qualify it.
Yeah.
Then click the scan to it.
Yeah.
So if you scan the car, after the total scan, it you maybe tell you right field sensor error. Maybe it tell you lambda, maybe group. It will tell you maybe oil group. Sometimes too, if you are not lucky, it will give you some code. You get codes. And maybe with some technical names here, you don't even understand it. You've never met it. Here comes the pen. Now, sometimes if you are lucky, you can search with this code on Google. If you are lucky, you may find the meaning of this code. It will tell you the fault. Sometimes
Together with the fault. The code together with
most of the faults are not identified by words. They are represented by codes.
They are represented by codes.
Silica black box.
Yes.
Silica
Black box. Yeah. Like I said, it's from Silica, Italy. So these codes,
black box.
yes.
Black box.
This is what doesn't make the work easy. If your education is not good, you always scan car for free.
Not for money.
You have to find the meaning of these codes. sometimes it will tell you some technical, it will give you some technical ways that you may hear it only in school, not in magazine, or maybe only in some manuals or on Google. So here, sometimes we need forum. So as time goes on, you becoming familiar with the course. As soon as you see 0, 1, 2, 3, Google, you find out it's lambda problem. You save it somewhere. Next time you see the same code, you just tell the person lambda problem means you have to go and service the right sensor. I hope you get this one. And these codes too, sometimes I just came across this manual that we have. We call it Auto Data CD. It's a software compiled. It has electrical, almost all the new cars that I know, including the old cars from 1990 up to date, this 2012. Oh, sorry, up to 2011. It has almost the diagrams of almost all the cars they produce, from head to toe.
The site is what?
It's not the site. It's even if you buy it, it's a hard disk. It's a software, but now it cannot go on CD because they keep updating it. Before it was a DVD, now they keep updating it. So now it's a hard disk. If you open it, it will open. You see the features there. Maybe electronic engineering, maybe engineering, maybe car body. It gives you, it talks a lot about cars. So now they've added diagnosis fault codes. So if you go on diagnosis fault codes, you will see millions of codes with meanings, right? Proper meanings, telling you this is engine problem, this is right field sensor problem, this is engine whatever, change oil, the water is full. It tells you the actual meaning. Some people compile it because as time goes on, they've been using the thing, they've been solving problems, they keep compiling it, and they came out with that special CD. It's almost 300 Ghana CD. It's almost 3 million. Yeah, it's very expensive. Even if you need the original version, it's more than $1,000. But you know, people buy the original one, they crack it, they make copy, they also sell it for really poor people. You see? So the thing is, if you have the auto data CD, this is what I was talking about Awuku. 1 second. Say, sa auto data CD na, ebeboa Awuku no so because sometimes with my diagnosis a fault. What's scanning? Na problem natural. How to find the fault no? And also a problem.
So the device, the auto comp was scanned the distance.
The car.
And it will provide you this.
The course.
To provide the fault codes.
It's just like
because
you have to scan the computer
virus.
And you want the virus now best scanning now sometimes a back. Say be a virus detected, it be a 1,000 virus. Now my names. And technical man be a better now. You know exactly the meaning of it.
You know the codes. It's better to know the codes.
Yeah.
Or else you can't do it.
No. When you scan it, it's like when you are scanning
the codes or what?
Normally, it provides scan means
after the
taking
scan,
away all the codes.
After the scan,
it will take away the codes and give you what?
So when you see the codes, then it gives you
line.
another option as to how you can use the same machine to clear the code.
wait,
Okay.
I don't want to go to that option first.
Yeah.
I want them to understand this before we go to
Yeah.
clear codes. Before we go to clear codes. Now,
So after scanning, please let me get something clear. After scanning, right? It will provide you the fault codes.
the fault
So
codes.
these are some examples of fault codes.
These are
Then
fault
you will
codes.
pick it
Uh-huh.
and go and search the fault.
Okay. Before somebody brought you a Lamborghini, you choose Lamborghini in the software. You went to the year 1999 Lamborghini model. You choose the year. You go to read fault codes. You read fault codes. You have these faults. Go to clear fault codes. If you go to clear fault codes, clear fault codes. If you go to clear fault codes, you clear them. If you clear them, if you go to scan, it will tell you no fault codes.
But then it's not repaired.
But yes, so the fault still in the
It's
car.
still in the
Wait.
car, it's not
Wait.
repaired.
Clear fault codes. it will clear them. You will go scan, no fault codes. Sometimes the fault codes may come and it will tell you terminated or something like that. Sometimes too, it will tell you no fault found. Now you start the car, you move it, go to like 5 kilometers, come back, connect the device, scan it, no fault codes, you are done. You go 5 kilometers, wait, you go 5 kilometers, you come back, scan 4 codes, it will give you the same codes. You have to go and find the meaning of the codes, then solve the technical problem. Because sometimes these fault codes is like maybe the ECU may be having an errors. Maybe the dashboard or maybe the gearbox is even having an errors. What I say? It's having an errors. So if you go to clear fault codes, you've cleared the memory. These memories are what sending error commands to the dashboard and telling the customer that the car is having a check engine problem, or maybe oil is telling you the oil is full, or maybe but you check your oil, you see the oil gauge is okay, but the oil light is coming up. It's telling you so many things on the dashboard. You don't even like the condition of the car is not even good. Even the sound of the car has changed. I hope you get me. And he brings a whole lot of stuff. He will tell you so many things. You forget about all the things. You just write down all the nonsense he will say. Just go to it, scan the car. If you scan it, it will give you the false codes. Just clear them. If you clear them, before you know the problem is done. Don't just clear, you go clear, then you come scan and you tell him no fault code, you tell him I'm done.
It's like hard resetting a phone.
Yes. Don't tell him you are done. If you hard reset your phone, if you finish, what you are supposed to do? You have to try it. After the try, if the problem is solved, you will know. As a manufacturer, with car, you have to move it. Go to maybe 10 kilometers, and if you are going, make sure you disturb the car. Disturb it very well. Change the gears. Go to a highway speed. Overspeed the car. Disturb the car very well. Come and park the car. Scan it. No fault codes. You are done.
But one thing is that most of the codes, sometimes you don't just scan. When the scan is done, normally it tells you the actual problem. It might tell you that maybe you've gotten bad fuel in there, maybe you've gotten bad plugs, and sometimes also oxygen sensors are not also corresponding. Okay. So definitely, it doesn't scan and tells you maybe sometimes you are done. You need a replacement of a particular part. But sometimes
you should have to just forgo the faults.
This is what
tells you the problem.
If these codes tell you that, for example, if you search for these codes and these codes tell you that right field sensor problem,
that means
and I will
you need to
come
attend to that.
You will disassemble the whole thing. You will bring out the right field sensor. You will check the sensor. This sensor is not working.
Even you don't have to check it. You just take it away
because
replace it with
the thing is telling you the right field sensor. But sometimes
to be able to correspond with the whole system. Because it's a new thing altogether. So you need to go through the scanning process for the new one to correspond with the
car. So the thing is, sometimes you take that out the sensor and you may find out maybe there is a little mistake. Some breakages, or maybe it's not any fault. Maybe you can wash it, clean it, fix the sensor back, scan it. It will not detect the sensor. It will tell you no fault found. You move the car, you go. You disturb the car, you come back. Still the car will work. You tell the customer it's temporary. Maybe one day the sensor may got damaged, but at the moment it's okay. You can use it, but I don't know when it will leave you on the road. If you like it, you can buy a new one, replace another for you, or replace it. Either you maintain it. But sometimes some of the maintenance, if you does it, the thing can last. It's not any. It's just a small problem. Sometimes too, it's broken. So the software will help you make work easier. Because somebody will come and tell you the condition of my car is not good. Where are you going to start? The plugs or the injectors, or where are you starting? This is why they are breaking.
That is where most of the so-called fitters, when you tell them, they just drive the car on the road, they come back, they begin to guess. Yes. But any technical man or a technician using a particular software or a particular device, the person does not need a particular problem.
Does not need
you don't go there,
just tackle the problem.
What is wrong with your car? I see my car is not pulling the speed, it's not normal. you don't have to tell the person, oh, maybe. Technically, maybe it's not used ABR. It is not used in technical aspect. You just tackle the problem. Boss,
did you call it? Programming on car tapes.
Come again.
For this one, it works on the car tapes or any device that works with an EEPROM. If you are talking about EEPROM, it's about the memory of the device. The device, they have so many models. I think Rashid Smoke, they knows them. We have 24C, 25C, 93C, which is the 93C is microwire. The 24C is the 24. The 24C is the, what do you know the name?
I think I forgot.
Okay, we have Sonic, we have the microwire, and we have the I2C. So the 24C falls under I2C, and the 93C falls under microwire, and the 25C we take it to the Sonic. I think is okay. But mostly what normally comes is the 24C and the 93C.
93C, yeah.
And the 93C falls under microwire, and the 24C falls under the I2C. But the thing is, you will see them with the same 8 legs.
8 legs.
The same. But the 24C and the 93C differentiated. So the programmer has an education. Connect 243 IC here. Connect 93C IC here. I think you can have a look at this. Just like check here. It will tell you. So don't think you have a programmer with just a single connector. It will work on the 93C, 24C, and the 25C. It can never work. You need a programmer which have, because the wiring is different. They are the same EEPROM, the same 4 legs, but the wiring is different. These EEPROMs are mostly in.
So as it is indicated on the board that this is 24C and this is 93C.
That's also why I told you to check it.
24, let's see, 24 is here. You can remove this one and see it.
Where is it written? Check inside. Inside. This is 240. Okay. Come here.
240 is here. Where is the 240?
Mostly it's been written on the CD, yeah. on the IC.
And inside here you will see it. Check inside.
I've seen something written there. To identify what is written there is also another problem.
Your eyes.
What's the light?
It's okay. Since you've seen this, you understand it next time.
This is 25C.
Yeah, I told you 25C. And there is 24C.
And this is also C. This one is 24C.
Okay.
Then this is more or less like this thing. ID cable connected. ID1, ID2.
Yeah, something like
that.
Yeah.
ID1, ID2.
Yeah.
If you don't look at, they have the same slot, everything like you have to.
Yeah.
Look at it before
we set it.
So we have them here. We have the micro wire.
We
have the micro wire, we have the I2C. These EEPROMs are mostly in radio, in ECU, in electronics control units. Sometimes they are in these our computers. You can find them in laptops, which is if the laptop have a BIOS lock, the lock is inside that EEPROM IC. Sometimes they are found in this our DVD, microwaves, washing machines, a whole lot. So many systems get broken. In this system, they will tell you we can't fix it. This is the EEPROM. Most of the devices is the EEPROM. But the thing is, who will handle his working one to you for you to read the dump and come and write it to the old one? And a few people even have the idea about EEPROM.
What's your?
Unless maybe you work, you establish a business. Look at it. Suppose you establish and you have more. For that one, you can get a written one to write it again.
Or maybe you get a device support that they will provide you with the dumps and everything. Like for example, this ECU. Before we can work on ECU, we have to buy an ECU device. They have support, which they upload almost all the dumps of the ECUs there.
go
But-
there and get it.
Yes, but with this car radio, if you read the EEPROM, there is a software that you can use it to know the code. Then after, you just arrange, you put the IC back, you arrange the card tape, then you type in the code. Do you understand that one? Yeah, that one is simple. We need only the code, but the code is fine in the brain. So what we do is we take out the brain, we read what is inside the brain, we find the code, we fix the brain back, we type the code, we are done. It's like reading info of a phone. After you read the info, you find the code, you type it inside, you unlock the phone. But this one, you need to find the same working ECU. Then you remove the EEPROM. You read it. You connect this one to the damaged one. It's EEPROM. You write it to it. Then you fix it back. But who will handle his ECU to you? The sum of 2,000 Ghana cedi or 3,000 Ghana cedi.
About 20 million occurrence.
Yes, he will not give it to you. But as time goes on, maybe you'll be lucky, maybe you may find somebody's ECU. It depends. You can read it, and it depends. But there's a special tool for flashing ECUs. They will provide you the dumps and everything, year model, everything for you to work on the ECU. But as we are going there, definitely as time goes on, we will start all those things, we buy all those softwares. So smoke will fall under here. And at the same time, smoke will fall under mile age. In this kilometer distance, we have to remove the dashboard. Our crew will help him to remove the dashboard. Then smoke will do the soldering on the dashboard. Then we read the EEPROM to get the mile age. Then we change the age. Then we write it back. Smoke will fall under that. At the moment, we don't have any device ready for mile age. So let's come back. Now, I think we are done with the programmer. We come here, tracking system. I think I did an explanation of the tracking system here yesterday and the other time too. Or Rashid, he wasn't here, so he did not understand it. You have it. You're okay with the tracking.
Yeah.
You understand it, how it works.
A little bit.
A little bit. For the tracking, you have the modem inside the car. You have an international line or a local line inside the modem. The modem have relays that you connect to the engine of the car. What we do is, if the client calls you that my car is being missing or I want to know the location of my car, you just do what? You call the SIM card inside the modem because you have the hash. What you do is, you use a Google Earth because if you buy the device, they give you an account. So you log in with your username and password, you find the Google Earth, you key in your longitude and latitude, you search on Google Earth will tell you the location of the car. I think that's all. And if it's a stolen car and you track and you can't find the person, then you cut the engine to stop the car in a location where you think is closer to where you are located, or maybe you think it will be easy for us to find the car. Maybe you see the car within Ashtown, but you've been tracking the car for the past 5 days. So you see the car is around Ashtown, you just cut engine, then you stop the car. If police, we have like 6-7 policemen around Ashtown, they can try and find the car. So I think this is the
So cutting the engine, the person cannot push the car.
No way.
The engine
Going
is
to
cut.
hurt the car
You
completely.
should clip the tires, everything, stop.
No, it only stops the
The
engine.
engine.
But no arm robber or thief might end up pushing a stolen car.
You don't know a desperate arm robber.
Ah,
Or you will not push it.
push it. When the engine stops, you might think
You
that
push
there's
it
a
to
problem.
condemn,
So I need
condemn.
to leave this
Run.
car away
You
and go
run.
somewhere.
Let me tell
push
you
the
something.
car.
So with this tracking system, we are buying 2 devices. One is a camera version and one is a non-camera version. So we will come and try which one favors our business, then we request for more and continue with the business.
And this also reflects the way we deal with credit server.
Like I explained yesterday, because you have to pay them.
It works with satellite, right?
Yeah, it works with satellite, and there is a payment we have to pay them
Monthly.
monthly. That is why we want you to go to Flex Model and know their terms and conditions so that we know what to do. There is payment that you are supposed to do for them. So we can do like 6-month payments. After 6 months, you do another 6 month clearance, which is 1 year. And after 6 months, and you think you're not comfortable with the service, you just shut everything down, then you leave that service, then you go to another service.
Are we done?
Even this one, sir, if it is possible,